Welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Kenesha Dees. An impending government shutdown is right at the forefront of national conversation. Democrats and Republicans trying to find some common ground on a spending bill before a deadline at midnight tonight. What's at stake? The paychecks for millions of federal employees, including tens of thousands right here in the Rocket City. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo shows us the latest for them.
The congressional spending bill is due in just hours, and they still can't find that common ground to pass the next fiscal year's budget. Many top Republicans want to keep spending close to the same, while congressional Democrats are pushing for government spending on health care reform. Namely, they want subsidies for the Affordable Care Act and a reversal to recent Medicaid cuts. But it's a fight that leaves hardworking people in the middle. Paychecks stop coming in, but the bills are still due. It's a dilemma that many federal workers and government officials are calling a problem. Take a listen.
You look at what we do from one end of the federal spectrum to the other. This will affect many families here in our community, not just from Huntsville and Madison County. This is from a 17-county region in North Alabama and southern Tennessee, so this affects a lot of people. And so we're not just the government employees, but also the contractors. So this right here is a major situation.
The deadline for that congressional spending bill is tonight, and we'll know by tomorrow whether the government will remain open for business. In Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
We'll have updates for you on this story as they come out tomorrow. You can find those updates on Fox 54 and fox54.com. And we'll stay in the Tennessee Valley. Ooh, look, just outside the Madison Fire and Rescue Station 1. It looked quite beautiful today. You could see the clouds above, lots of pretty blue, something I can appreciate. Also some warmth, no surprise there as we draw to an end of September. I'm joined now by Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Jordan, will tonight remain to be dry sky?
Yeah, I do think we are going to stay dry, especially through the rest of the evening and then as we head into the overnight. We had a couple of rogue showers develop through the course of the afternoon across far northeast Alabama. That activity was incredibly light and incredibly spotty, and most of which has come to an end. Still looking at a little bit of rain back across northwest Georgia, but at this point, I think it's probably going to stay over in northwest Georgia. It was definitely warm this afternoon. It was difficult to come by much in the way of any cloud cover. Temperatures were able to climb into the mid and upper 80s once again today. The average high temperature for this time of year, right around 81 or 82. 84 right now in Huntsville, 83 in Decatur, 82 in Coleman, 83 in Fayetteville, and then we're still sitting at 85 degrees right now over in Florence. Over the next couple of hours, temperatures are going to begin to drop off a little bit. 79 at 7, 75 at 8, 73 at 9, 72 degrees by the time we get to 10 p.m. From there, we don't actually cool off all that much as we head into the overnight, and then we're warm again on Wednesday, but cooler air is in the forecast. I'll show you exactly when here in just a couple of minutes.
Alabama A&M University is investigating a bomb threat that sent parts of the campus into lockdown this morning. The incident is the latest in a troubling trend of threats targeting historically black colleges and universities this month, including Hampton, Virginia State, Bethune-Cookman, Alabama State, and Spelman College. For students, it can be hard to tell when threats are real or just a prank, leaving many unsure how to react.
I didn't really take it serious at first because it was like, like stuff happens, people do pranks, but at the same time, stuff going on in our community, stuff going on at HBCUs, I started to take it serious. For them to target our school, other Alabama schools, Virginia schools, it was kind of crazy because it was if we all just decided to have an open mind and discuss equally what could be better, what's making things worse, but some people don't want to have that conversation, and at the end of the day, we're all human.
Despite the threat, campus operations have resumed, and while there is no immediate threat, students and staff are urged to stay alert and monitor Bulldog alerts and Alabama A&M University emails for any new information. Alabama A&M wasn't the only HBCU in the nation to receive bomb threats today, as we mentioned. There were two others targeted. Morgan State University and Delaware State University each received bomb threats today. Many HBCUs have received bomb threats recently, causing widespread campus lockdowns. Both schools have issued an all clear, and campus has returned to normal operations.
Burglary in progress is zone 2. The caller advised her house is being robbed. Caller now advised that she has shot that male. He is currently laying on the ground.
What you heard there was scanner traffic audio. An attempted home burglary turned deadly in Decatur Sunday night. The man killed has been identified by authorities. Morgan County Coroner Jeff Chun identified the man as 46-year-old Narado Brinkley. A review of records by FOX54 shows Brinkley had a criminal history that included drugs and burglary convictions. According to the Decatur Police Department, they got a call from someone saying they shot a suspect on the 1200 block of 22nd Avenue around 7 Sunday night. When officers arrived, they say Brinkley was found with gunshot wounds and was pronounced dead at the scene. The alleged shooter cooperated with investigators and has been released with no charges at this time, authorities say. A Decatur woman behind bars after a stabbing Monday, according to the Decatur Police Department. Officers responded to reports of a stabbing on the 200 block of Cedar Lake Road Southwest, where they say they found a man had been stabbed. He was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. Authorities identified the suspect you see here as Veronica Jones. She's charged with second-degree domestic violence and is held on a $20,000 bond at the Morgan County Jail. A Stevenson man arrested after a traffic stop led deputies to find drugs, authorities say. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office says deputies stopped a car for a traffic violation and discovered the driver, Justin Gamble, pictured here, had outstanding warrants in Scottsboro and Stevenson. When deputies arrested Gamble, authorities say they discovered he attempted to throw drugs into a nearby ditch. Authorities say they recovered 14 grams of meth and fentanyl mixture and other drugs. Gamble faces charges including drug trafficking, possession of a controlled substance, and tampering with evidence. He's held at the Jackson County Jail on a $54,000 bond with a hold for his outstanding municipal warrants. Morgan County man wanted for financial exploitation of an elderly person has turned himself in. Travis McLemore, a local landscaping business owner, accused of financially exploiting an elderly person. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office revealed McLemore turned himself in earlier today. He's held at the Morgan County Jail on a $10,600 bond. Madison County judge is ordering the owners of 708 Bar and Grill to turn over records in the city of Huntsville's lawsuit against the closed business. Judge Ruth Ann Hall signed the order after the defendants failed to respond to legal requests for information. They now have 21 days to comply or face penalties. The bar was shut down earlier this month after city leaders pointed to repeated instances of violence and code violations. At last week's city council meeting, co-owner Malcolm Gopher called the shutdown an unfair police action tied to his criminal record. City officials limited discussion, citing the ongoing case. Decatur City Schools has set aside roughly $10 million for improvements to its 19 school buildings in the 2026 fiscal year, district officials announced. After almost $800,000 in debt payments, about $10 million remain for renovations, athletic facilities, and other upgrades. Major projects include $2 million for Phase 2 renovations at Austin Junior High, $2 million each for indoor athletic facilities at Austin and Decatur High Schools. And by the end of fiscal year 2026, the district expects nearly $2 million to remain. Last week, the Alabama Attorney General's office asked the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn a ruling that ordered a new trial for a death row inmate. Attorney for the state argued that a 3-judge panel of the U.S. 11th Circuit Court of Appeals erred in ordering a new trial for Michael Sockwell. They also questioned whether a potential juror was removed from consideration because he was black. Sockwell was convicted and sentenced to the death of the 1998 murder of Isaiah Harris.
This school is such a community. I didn't even really know about New Bethel till I moved out here.
And this community has become her home. Next, we honor Bryn Owen, this week's top teacher from New Bethel Elementary in Tuscumbia. And check out this perfect little guy coming up. We'll tell you just how he's making his mark at a local retirement community. Stick with us.
Now, Fox 54's Top Teacher. Sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
We take you to a tiny school in Tuscumbia where one teacher is making a big impact, and I'm told she goes beyond the four corners of her classroom. I can tell when I walked in. Meet this week's Fox 54 top teacher, Brenda Owen from New Bethel Elementary School. Welcome to
5.
Bryn Owen's second grade class.
I just love second. Out of all of them, it's my favorite. So I'm happy to have been able to get back, and I hope it'll be my retirement.
If you look at her wall,
This is my 24th year.
you can tell she's dedicated her life to education, and 10 of those 24 years she spent at New Bethel Elementary.
This school is such a community. I didn't even really know about New Bethel till I moved out here, but the people in the community just love the school, and the kids are amazing, and the parents are so supportive. I just love being able to be a part of that because it doesn't really feel like coming to work. It feels like being a part of, just coming home and being with your family.
Owen says she has a favorite activity with the kiddos.
I love our carpet time when we read stories together. I read chapter books all throughout the year, and in fact, we finished our first one, Charlotte's Web, and we did like a little barnyard party, and we had snacks and watched the movie and did fair games.
Principal Jacob Walker is a witness to her work.
She stays here. She works overtime many days. She makes me feel bad for leaving sometimes because she's still here at work.
Owen has twin daughters who attend the school, and Walker says her love for them is the same as the love for her students.
She has the love for her students, really just like she does for her own children as far as education is concerned.
Owen hopes her students leave with good memories once they move on to the next grade level.
I hope that they smile, and I hope that they remember that they had a good time, even while they were learning things and learning hard things.
Congratulations, Brent. Check out the moment she was surprised as the Fox 54 top teacher on Fox 54 Plus and nominated teacher at fox54.com. Madison City Schools looking to stuff the bus, a yearly program aimed at helping teachers provide for the school year. The school district has a school bus sitting in historic downtown Madison for collecting household goods. The goal is to fill the seats with hygiene items for students, tissues and wipes, cleaning supplies, and snacks for the kids. They'll be collecting during the Madison Street Festival starting Saturday. Organizers tell us just a little bit about the support they received last year, something they're hoping to repeat this weekend. Take a listen.
We're overwhelmed at what we were able to provide to those teachers. I think we thought, we might let each teacher get one or two things, and they left with handfuls and handfuls. In fact, this year when we were planning, we said, God, we got to get bags so our teachers can have bags to put all their stuff on when they come out, because literally every seat in the bus was full.
For the list of requested items, visit the Madison Street Festival's website on fox54.com. And if you pass the bus in downtown Madison, there are also QR codes you can scan sitting right outside. The 43rd annual Madison Street Festival, speaking of which, returns this Saturday, October 4th, for its biggest celebration yet. From 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., 5 blocks of downtown Madison will be filled with colorful floats, vendors, and live performances. The day kicks off with a parade on Church Street at 9, followed by an opening ceremony on the entertainment stage. Visitors can enjoy music, art, food trucks, crafts, and activities for kids and teens. Organizers expect thousands to attend. Shuttle service will run from Cross Point Church and Madison City School Stadium. Admission is free. Coming up, Bernie the dog is one step closer to earning his full therapy certification. Stick with us to hear more about his journey. And Jordan, weather, how's that looking tonight?
Yeah, eventually it's going to begin to feel like fall across the Tennessee Valley. Emphasis here on eventually, but eventually is actually going to come sooner rather than later. I think you're going to like it. We'll talk about it in a few minutes.
We have a couple of Fox 54 traffic impact alerts for you. We start on Winchester Road, where contractors working for Huntsville Utilities electric operations began working yesterday. The outside westbound lane of Winchester Road closed starting just west of Memorial Parkway to replace concrete utility poles. Closure will repeat through Thursday of each week, 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. until October 8th. You're asked to take alternate routes. In Decatur, a section of Davis Street is closing. A contractor with Decatur Utilities installing a new sanitary sewer main between Wilson Street and Vine Street. The section will remain closed for 3 weeks. Do be careful if you have to drive near the construction site. Crews and equipment will be around the area. And yesterday, a resurfacing project began on State Route 24 in Franklin County. Contractors Rogers Group will mill and surface over 5 miles of the highway from east of State Route 243 in Russellville to County Road 83. Single lane closures are expected daily while the project is underway. When the project is completed, it's not known at this time. For more traffic impact alerts, go to fox54.com. Safety improvements are coming to the intersection of State Route 20 and Garges Lane in Muscle Shoals. You can only turn right on the north side of Garges Lane. Those traveling to Garges Lane northbound from State Route 20 eastbound will use a median crossover east of the intersection instead of turning left. The project costs more than $575,000 and is expected to be mostly finished later this year.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
Whoa, this is a beautiful live look from over Rainbow Mountain, I believe that is. Gosh, I haven't seen anything so beautiful.
Yeah,
At least from that mountain.
I like the view from Rainbow Mountain. Rainbow Mountain's kind of over there out in Madison County, kind of out in Madison. It's a great place to go hike. You like to go hiking. I recommend it.
Okay, that is on my list. I have not gone to Rainbow Mountain in Madison quite yet.
Yeah, it's kind of out there. So it's a drive, but
Okay.
it's a really pretty hike. Not too terribly difficult either.
Okay, I hope not, because my level is moderate.
Okay, yeah, you can do Rainbow Mountain. There is only a very brief period of time, if I remember the last time I was out there, that causes me to question my sanity. But it's the briefest of moments.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
All right, go check it out. And everybody else should go check out Rainbow Mountain as well. It really has been a while since I have been hiking out at Rainbow Mountain, but I don't live out there like I used to anymore, so it'd be even more of a trek for me. I live in southern Madison County now, so it'd be even more of a trek for me. Live look out over the Parkway this evening. A little bit of cloud cover is built in over the last 15 or 20 minutes. Kind of adds to a pretty view. If the temperatures were like a good 20 degrees cooler, it would actually look like fall with kind of this stratus deck thing we have going on out over the Parkway, but alas, many of us are still sitting somewhere in the low and mid 80s this evening. We climbed into the mid and upper 80s this afternoon. 86 was the high temperature at the Huntsville International Airport. Now, maybe a couple of degrees cooler over in northeast Alabama this afternoon. Fort Payne saw 82, but then we saw 87 degrees this afternoon over in Florence. Another above average day, just like much of the month of September. September was a very above average month, with the exception of the first 3 days of September, and then we kind of had these days where we climbed into the 90s, but then the 6th through the 10th, that was quite nice, where we had this period of fake fall develop across the Tennessee Valley. And I told you it was going to warm up and that it would stay warm through a good majority of the month of September. And then we got to the 11th, and we were consistently in the 90s, kind of from September 11th on through about September 21st, and then we were in the mid and upper 80s. But there was that really good stretch of about a week and a half where temperatures consistently climbed into the low and mid 90s. Maybe we can hope some cooler air is eventually going to build into the Tennessee Valley now that we're looking at the month of October tomorrow. The average high temperature on October 1st is 80 degrees. By the time we get to the end of the month, the average high temperature 70. Wouldn't it be nice if it was actually 70 degrees on Halloween? We can hope. Probably won't happen. 3.59 inches of rain. That's how much we typically get in the month of October. Now, it is going to get a little bit cooler over the next couple of days. Not right away, though. It's still going to be warm on Wednesday. But then temperatures do drop off a little bit Thursday, Friday. And then we stay somewhat seasonal, a couple of degrees above average as we head into the weekend and then through the early part of next week. We had a couple of isolated showers develop through the course of the afternoon across far northeast Alabama. That activity has since come to an end. They were the only ones that saw rain through the course of the afternoon. Everybody else stayed dry, and we continue to stay dry this evening. We'll be dry as we head into the middle part of your Wednesday afternoon. Futurecast keeping us dry. We also get to enjoy a fair amount of sunshine, even through the later part of the afternoon, early into the evening, until the sun sets at at around 6:31 or 6:32. Then we head into your Thursday afternoon. We're still talking about a really nice mix of sunshine and cloud cover. That cloud cover really still not going to produce any rain, though, across the Tennessee Valley. Just going to add a little bit of color and a little bit of texture to the sky. Temperature still sitting in the low and mid 80s. We only drop into the mid 60s as we head into the overnight. Got a low temperature right around 65 degrees. When the kids get on the school bus tomorrow morning, we warm somewhat quickly. 68 at 8, 71 by 9, and then 77 degrees by the time we get to 10 a.m. Have a good look at the next 7 days. 86 on Wednesday, 83 Thursday, 81 on Friday. Maintaining plenty of sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even as we head into the front half of the weekend. Better opportunities for rain build into the Tennessee Valley Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week, so we'll get a little more cloud cover and temperatures somewhat consistent in the lower 80s.
Well, we have a cute little story out of Florence. At just 2 years old, Bernie the therapy dog has earned his Canine Good Citizenship certification. Bernie joined the community at the Renaissance of Florence in 2023. He started his training at 3 months at Doolittle Pet Services and Canine Academy. Bernie offers a calm support to residents through structured therapy sessions and personal visits. His newest certification brings him a few paws closer to becoming a fully certified therapy dog. Congrats, Bernie. Well, the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office says its search and rescue team is now better equipped for high-risk emergencies with new rope rescue gear and upgraded communication technology. The investment includes harnesses, ropes, helmets, pulleys, and other specialized tools for technical rescues in tough environments like cliffs and Bankhead National Forest. To improve communication in remote areas, the team also added a Starlink satellite internet system. Officials say it will help incident command stay connected, share updates, and coordinate with other agencies, leading to faster rescues and improved safety.
Alabama A&M is hitting the road once again for their next SWAC matchup. We'll talk to Coach Sam Shade about the Gulf Coast Challenge next in sports.
Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
SWAC play did not get off to the start that Sam Shade would have preferred. His Alabama A&M Bulldogs falling to Bethune-Cookman 41-34 in a shootout down in Daytona Beach, Florida. Despite the early loss, several goals are still in place for Shade and his program.
You know, I let them know, hey, man, you know, all's not lost, you know, because the bottom line is if we can, you know, win out from here, you know, we'll have a strong chance of possibly getting into the SWAC championship game.
Now the road to that championship doesn't get any easier. Next up for the Bulldogs is a trip to Mobile to face Jackson State in the annual Gulf Coast Challenge. JSU is the reigning SWAC champ, and they're led by a dynamic quarterback in Jacobian Morgan, the preseason Offensive Player of the Year in the SWAC and the current SWAC Player of the Week. Coach Shade and his defense understand how much their hands will be full with Morgan this week.
You know, he does a great job in the play action and in the RPO game as far as after he fakes it, getting the ball downfield to his receivers. He buys time in the pocket. Guys get there sometimes and you think they're going to tackle him, but, he does a good job of getting away and, just buying time for his receivers downfield. So, I actually voted for him preseason all-conference myself.
Jackson State has won 4 straight against Alabama A&M, with the last 3 coming down in Mobile at the Gulf Coast Challenge. Tigers head coach T.C. Taylor would love to keep the streak intact.
We've been owning Alabama down there, so we look forward to it. We got a lot of guys that's played in that game. I told them after the game we played the other night, I want to bring that trophy back home and add to the other, 3 or 4 we got. And they understand that.
Saturday's game in Mobile will kick off at 4 p.m. at Ladd People Stadium. The game will stream live on HBCU Go. That'll do it for sports. I'm Mo Carter.
And we'll stay on the Hill. Unfortunately, Alabama A&M was amongst 2 other HBCUs to evacuate campuses due to bomb threats today. Bulldog students share their thoughts tonight at 9. A possible government shutdown is looming with the midnight deadline. What's at stake? The paychecks of millions of federal workers, including thousands here in the Rocket City. And October 1st is tomorrow, and a slew of new laws will go into effect in Alabama. We'll fill you in on what you need to know tonight at 9. Before we let you go, we all grew up watching Reading Rainbow. Gosh, can I talk? And remember all the fun adventures LeVar Burton there took us on. Well, the next generation of kids can enjoy Reading Rainbow again, and with a new host. Michael Threets, the librarian who took the internet by storm, is set to host the revamp. The show's return was announced on Reading Rainbow's Instagram, and new episodes will premiere every Saturday on the Kid Zuko channel on YouTube. Well, I love that Reading Rainbow is becoming revived.
I'm trying to sit here and remember if I actually remember watching Reading Rainbow or not, and I don't believe I do.
Oh, okay. But you've at least heard of the show.